Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to this edition of At the Rim. This is the program that gets you caught up on anything and everything happening around the NBA. Coming up on this edition of the program, we'll recap the Western Conference Finals Game 5, also the Eastern Conference Finals Game 4. Also, we'll have a preview of this year's NBA Finals, and we pay tribute to a one-of-a-kind person. That's coming up on this edition of the program. And let's get right to it. So we had the Western Conference Finals, Game 5, the deciding game between, the elimination game involving the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas was just on point from start to finish. And in Game 5 of the 2024 Western Conference Finals, Dallas would beat Minnesota 124-103. Dallas wins the series 4-1. For Dallas, Luka Doncic was sensational. He had a double-double with 36 points and 10 rebounds. Kyrie Irving finished with 36 points. And the Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP award goes to Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks. So again, the final score in Game 5 of the 2024 Western Conference Finals, Dallas 124, Minnesota 103. Dallas wins the series 4-1. And then we had the elimination game in the 2024 Eastern Conference Finals in Game 4 between the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. Boston would beat Indiana 108-105. Boston wins the series in a clean sweep, 4-0. For the Celtics, Jason Tatum had 26 points and 13 rebounds, giving him a double-double. And Jaylen Brown finished with 29 points. The Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP award was presented to Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics. So again, the final score in Game 4 of the 2024 Eastern Conference Finals, Boston 108, Indiana 105. Boston wins the series 4-0. So that sets the stage for this year's NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics, which we'll get more into that in just a little bit. We had some sad news that happened recently. Bill Walton, one of the greatest players of all time, passed away at the age of 71. At UCLA, Walton won 2 NCAA National Basketball Championships. In 1977, Walton helped the Portland Trail Blazers win an NBA championship and would be named Finals MVP. In 1978, he would be named the league's most valuable player. He would later play for the San Diego Clippers, later Los Angeles Clippers, and he would make his way to the Boston Celtics, where he was a member of the 1986 NBA championship team, alongside Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, and the late Dennis Johnson. In that same season, Walton would win the Sixth Man of the Year award. After retiring from the NBA, Walton was a successful sportscaster working for companies such as CBS, NBC, and the Walt Disney Company, which is ABC and ESPN. He is a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, and was named to the NBA 50th and 75th anniversary teams. Bill Walton passed away at the age of 71. All right, so now let's transition over to this year's NBA Finals. And we have a preview of the 2024 NBA Finals. And certainly this is going to be one for the record books. We have the Dallas Mavericks, the Western Conference champions, going up against the Boston Celtics, the Eastern Conference champions. And certainly, listen, we've got two amazing teams. This is going to be a showcase of the backcourts with, or should I say, a showcase of not just backcourts, but a showcase of the dynamic duos, so to speak. For Dallas, you've got Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. For Boston, you've got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And also, too, for Boston, you've got Drew Holiday and Derek White, two gentlemen that are very capable of not only getting long-range shots, but also playing solid defense as well. And for Dallas, not just with Luka and Kyrie, but you've seen the growth P.J. Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., Derek Lively, and also Daniel Gafford. For the Boston Celtics, Al Horford. Al Horford is a big guy that can not only get rebounds and get points in the paint, but his long-range shooting is phenomenal. And also, you've got the supporting cast with Boston with the likes of Peyton Pritchard, also Sam Hauser, and also another big that is going to be key in this series if he's healthy, and that's Kristaps Porzingis. So it's so many dynamics in this matchup between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. You've got Kyrie Irving, played several seasons with the Celtics, coming back to Boston. That's going to be an interesting situation right there. Also, you've got Kristaps Porzingis, played several seasons for the Dallas Mavericks, going up against a former team. I wonder what that's going to be like when the series shifts to Dallas. So many different personalities, and the teams are different. Dallas, big on offense and getting big shots. Boston, not only big on offense, but specifically on long-range shooting and their defense. Their defense is really going to be tested in this series, particularly with the Celtic defenders, all of them, but specifically Drew Holiday and Derek White. How will they hold up against a Luka Doncic? How will they hold up against a Kyrie Irving? So many dynamics, man, and I can't wait. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So this is going to be the first time ever in playoff history, the first ever playoff meeting between the Mavericks and the Celtics. And the regular season series, Boston won 2-0 this year. Their first meeting was January the 22nd of 2024 at the American Airlines Center in downtown Dallas, where Boston beat Dallas 119-110. And then they met again March the 1st of 2024 with Boston beating Dallas in Boston 138-110. And certainly Boston had their way with Dallas during the regular season. It's going to be interesting how, because again, Kyrie and Luka, for the most part, so far so good. They're finding their niche. They're finding a lot of things being together, and they're still working out the kinks, and it's gotten better game by game. And again, the trade deadline was monstrous. The trade deadline was it was the clear winner of the trade deadline. I mean, Boston did their thing, but Dallas clearly won the trade deadline, acquiring Daniel Gafford, getting P.J. Washington. I mean, they really made the most out of that. And, of course, Nico Harrison, Mark Cuban, and the rest of the management in Dallas, they really made their presence known in this year's trade deadline. But the Mavericks, I mean, they struck gold in the trade deadline, again, acquiring Daniel Gafford, P.J. Washington, and it's just been dynamite since then. Towards the end of the season, Dallas was just red hot, and rightfully so. They took advantage of it. Dallas came in, handled their business, beating the Clippers in the first round of their series, and then, I mean, just they had their way with Minnesota. Minnesota had a chance to win those first two games, but again, Kyrie and Luka, man, especially Luka, just at the peak of his powers right now, man, just a dynamite player. And if anybody knows about being dynamite, I mean, hey, he did a lot of trash talking and so on and so forth. So, but this is going to be a wonderful series between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. All right, before we get on out of here, I just want to give you the season award winners thus far in the NBA. So this year's league MVP is Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. The Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs. The Sixth Man of the Year award winner, Naz Reid from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Most Improved Player, Tyrese Maxey from the Philadelphia 76ers. Clutch Player of the Year award winner, Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors. Coach of the Year award winner, Mark Daigneault from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Executive of the Year award winner, Brad Stevens from the Boston Celtics. Not only was Tyrese Maxey this year's Most Improved Player, also he wins the Sportsmanship Award winner. Mike Conley of the Minnesota Timberwolves is the Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award winner. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion award winner, Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the NBA Hustle Award winner, Alex Caruso from the Chicago Bulls. We move over now to our All-NBA award, All-NBA teams. So the All-NBA first team, Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks, Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, and Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics. All-NBA second team, Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks, Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers, Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Kawhi Leonard from the Los Angeles Clippers. All-NBA third team, Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns, Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors, Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers, LeBron James from the Los Angeles Lakers, Domantas Sabonis from the Sacramento Kings. Let's move over now to the all-defensive teams. The all-defensive first team, Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers, Rudy Gobert from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Herb Jones from the New Orleans Pelicans, Victor Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs. The all-defensive second team, Alex Caruso from the Chicago Bulls, Drew Holiday from the Boston Celtics, Jaden McDaniels from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Jalen Suggs from the Orlando Magic, and Derek White from the Boston Celtics. And we have our all-rookie first team, Chet Holmgren from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Jaime Jaquez Jr. from the Miami Heat, Brandon Miller from the Charlotte Hornets, Brandon Pachimsky from the Golden State Warriors, Victor Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs. And our all-rookie second team, Keontae George from the Utah Jazz, G.G. Jackson from the Memphis Grizzlies, Derek Lively from the Dallas Mavericks, Amen Thompson from the Houston Rockets, and Cason Wallace from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And there you have it. Those are our current this year's award winners during the 2023-2024 NBA season. So that was the regular season. Playoffs have been solid, but man, the NBA Finals is going to be a showdown. I think this is going to be one for the ages. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to predict who I think is going to win. I like Boston to win in 6. I think it's going to be a lot of offense, but I think that backcourt for Boston is slightly better. Their defense is better, and Luka and Kyrie are going to get theirs, but I just think Boston is going to get the championship this year. And that's going to do it for this edition of At the Rim. Until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, and you take care. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.